Hi, today's a strength practice. We're going to work hard today. I'm going to have a lot of options for you, but keep in mind there are always options. So I'll give you places to work towards, places to stay, places to progress to, if that's right for you today. As always, please listen to your body, try to have fun, and let's do it. Let's build some strength. We're going to start towards the back of the mat today, standing tall in mountain pose. We could close our eyes just for a moment. Lift and spread our toes, sink deep in beneath the balls of our feet and our heels. Let's relax the toes. Let's spread our fingers to bring some energy and intention into the hands. We'll stand up nice and tall. Heavy feet, a nice light head. Let's lift the arms, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bend the knees and sink into chair pose. We'll lift back up, extended mountain. This time we're going to sweep the arms around, turn the palms down, sit a little deeper if you can. And then we'll sweep back up. Inhale, exhale, palms in, sink into chair. Good. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, circle, turn the palms down, sit lower if you can. So this is our flow. We lift, palms in, we sink, we stay up a little higher with this one. Now with this deep one, you can choose how deep you sit. You can keep going if it feels okay. Sweep up, inhale. Exhale, palms in. Stay up a little bit higher with this one. Lift up. Sink as deep as it feels right for you. So maybe you're stopping here. Maybe you keep going and you land in a toe stand. Okay. If you took that option, drop the heels, sweep back up. This one we stay up a little bit higher. Exhale. Lift up. Circle, palms down, sink low. Maybe keep going. Let's do it 2 more times. We lift. We sink, right back up, circle, palms down, sit lower, whatever that means for you today. Good. Last time we're going to find our low squat and we're going to stay. So how low do you want to go? This is fine. You can peel the heels. You can go lower if you'd like. So maybe you're just in a deep squat or maybe you're in the toe stand. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Just breathe here for a moment. Good. And then we're going to make our way into a forward fold. So heels land, head drops. The legs are straight now with just a micro bend at the knees. And we're exhaling. Let's come on down to our hands and our knees now, a tabletop position. We're going to take spinal balance and hold it. So let's go right arm with the left leg. Reach out as far as you can. So feel just as much length here as you feel strength here. Good. Let's take that down and let's try the other side. So left arm and right leg. And then we'll come down. Let's push away and round into cat pose. And then pull through, arching into cow pose. We'll tuck the toes here. Lift the hips, downward facing dog. You can always choose child's instead, as you know by now, because today we're going to challenge ourselves and we're going to call this kind of an inchworm plank. We're going to walk our hands back to our feet. You could keep the knees down on the ground if you'd like to. So let's walk it back here. We'll come back into a forward fold. Let's reverse our swan dive, come up nice and high, and then land hands at the heart. So this time we're going to come into a lunge. So let's go right. Let's go right leg forward here. Left heel back. So this is a crescent lunge. So that back heel is lifted. If you feel really wobbly, press pause and go by something sturdy. Go stand close to something you can hold on to. So we're going to lift the arms here as we inhale. With the exhale, hands come to the heart, and we're going to start to bend that back knee. Now here's another one where you can choose how deep you take it. You could come here into like a 90-90 lunge, 90-degree angles on both sides, or you could keep coming all the way down and tap that back knee. We'll lift up. We're going to straighten both legs here. On the exhale, we're going to bend both knees. You choose how deep you take it. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, settle into the depth that's right for you today. Let's go 2 more times. Drive down through that front foot. Now bend deeply here, hands to the heart. 1 more time. We're going to come into the lunge that's speaking to us. If you've been coming all the way down, bring that knee just about an inch off of the floor here and hold. Let's add some arms this time. Good. Now we're going to let that back heel land and open up. Here's our warrior two. Very strong posture here. So sink into the depth, feel the determination, put a smile on the dial, recognizing that it's not that serious. We're having fun while we're working hard. Let's tip back, inhale. As we exhale, we're going to cartwheel down and we're just going to take a twisting lunge here. Back knee could drop or it can stay up. You could always put a block underneath that left hand. Right arm is going to lift. Now, keep in mind, you can stay here. This is a great, wonderful, beautiful place to be. If you want to come up just for a moment into your twist, spread arms wide. You're still rotating around your spine. You're still reaching long. Good. Let's take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to cartwheel down and step back to our downward facing dog. Let's come forward into plank and pause. So you can be on your knees here. I'm going to add a big challenge today. So you could drop down to tabletop first if you think that's the best option for you. Feet are going to go a little bit wider. We're going to lift the head and lift the right arm. If that's working, lift your left leg. Spinal balance in plank. Are you still breathing? Deep breath in. Exhale, come back to traditional plank. Let's lower down. Let's come all the way. We're going to take fingertip cobra today. So fingertips come out wide, tinted. We take a horseshoe shape with our shoulders, tuck the chin, and then lift the heart. Good. Let's lower down. And then we're going to pull up and back into downward facing dog. Now here's our inchworm walk back to the feet. So take a walk back, drop your knees first if that's best for you today. Let's reverse our swan dive, come high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Good, we're going to come into the crescent lunge again. This time we will take the left foot forward and the right toes back. Again, remember you can hold on to something here if that's helpful for you. Back heel is lifted. Arms reach high. We're going to inhale here. As we exhale, let's connect the palms, start to bend both knees. Go as low as it works for you today. Maybe you stay up a little higher. Maybe you come all the way down to the ground. Let's lift back up and let's sink back in. Good. So just follow the breath. We have about 4 more. Two more here. Last one. And then come to the depth that works for you to hold for a few breaths. You can be nice and low and hovering. Can you let out an exhale while you're here? Settle in. Let's reach up through the arms. Good. And then we're going to lift up and open it up. Warrior two. Long edge of the mat. Let's tip back. And then let's cartwheel down and we'll find that lunge twist again. So the back knee could drop here. You can place a block under the right hand. We'll reach up through the left arm. You can stay here. If you want to lift for a few breaths, you can, but you don't have to. Let's inhale. As we exhale, we'll bring it back down. We'll step it back. We're going to come forward into plank and then choose. Do you want to drop to your knees and take the tabletop spinal balance? Or do you want to try it in plank today? We'll take the feet a little wider. Lift the head, lift the left arm, and then maybe the right leg. Breath in. Let's set it down. We're going to keep the feet wide this time. with our vinyasa. So we'll lower down. Let's come all the way down. So the feet are a little wider. The hands are going to go a little wider. Fingertip cobra. Shoulders roll back. We tuck the chin and we lift. Good. We'll lower down with an exhale. We're going to pull up and back, either to wide child's pose or a wider stance, downward facing dog. So, a number of options coming here. You can stay in the wide child's pose if you want a little bit more rest. If it works, you're going to walk your hands back and we're going to land in a wide forward fold. Heels turn in, toes turn out. You can sink down if it works. Malasana squat, maybe you slide a block underneath of you. Keep in mind, wide child's pose is still an option. So I think we did this once before in the series, but if crow pose and arm balance is part of your practice, or if you want to play around with it today, you can. We spread fingers wide. We anchor the circle of our palms. We lift the hips and place the knees high on the upper arm. We shift the weight, keep the eyes lifted, and then maybe pick up one or both feet. Maybe you're just playing around, transferring weight, shifting weight, or floating one set of toes off of the floor at a time. Good. We'll come back. If crow pose was something that you feel pretty confident with, I'll have a little something else for you soon. So we're going to meet up standing in a wide stance. So if you're in Malasana squat, and if it works to just lift from here, you can. Otherwise, lift the hips first, and we'll meet here, hands at the heart. I'm a little out of breath. So we're going to do another squat flow, similar to how we did it before. So we're inhaling, sweeping up. On the exhale, just drop the arms, sink into kind of a wide squat here. We'll inhale, lift. This time we'll circle around, connect the palms, and sink lower. How low you sink, that's up to you. Let's inhale, lift. Drop the arms forward, stay up a little higher. We'll lift. We'll circle, sweep, bring the hands to the heart this time. Sink down as far as it feels good for you, okay? Listen to your body along the way. This time we stay up a little bit higher. We float up and we can sit a little lower. Maybe that means a sumo squat today, elbows to the knees. Maybe you're going to Malasana squat. Let's go 2 more times through. Finding your appropriate depth today. We'll go 1 more time through. The knees are talking a little bit, but it actually feels really good. So we're going to meet up either in sumo or in Malasana. You choose. Good. Now let's meet back up in that wide stance, forward fold. Let's inchworm it, and inch walk it forward this time. We're still in that wider stance. How does it feel? Good. Now let's come forward to our plank with a little bit wider stance. Just feel it. Feel the difference today. Let's shift forward. We're going to lower down. Knees are a little wider. This time, let's pick up the feet, bring them close together, and then lift up the upper body. Good. Exhale, release back down. As you lay the legs back down, go ahead and bring them back in line with the hips. We're going to push up, pull back, downward facing dog or child's pose. We're going to come to standing 1 more time. So let's inchworm, walk it back. And this time, let's bring the feet really close together. We'll continue the walk up the legs. I'm just going to move up my mat a little bit here, but we're going to do a revolved chair flow. We've done this before, so the legs are pretty close together. And we're going to sweep up, bring the hands very close together. We're going to sink in and add a little twist. So you can do your prayer twist, or you can spread your arms a little bit wider. Okay, so let's sweep up. So spreading the arms will allow you to stay up a little bit higher. You're going the other way now. If it works, prayer hands, elbow to knee will take you a little bit deeper. Good. This time, let's go ahead and come up and then just bring the hands to the heart. I've decided it would be better if we turn on our mat. So I have another arm balance coming up. Keep in mind, you don't have to do this, okay? You can stay in the previous option, which will be a lot of good work in and of itself. So remember, if crow felt pretty good for you, you have the opportunity here to play with side crow. So let's lift the arms. We're going to come into prayer twist, taking left elbow to right knee. See how this feels, okay? You can stay here. If it doesn't feel so good, spread the arms and come up a little higher, okay? If you want to play with the arm balance, we're going to spread the hands and place them down on the mat, okay? So elbows are bent and your knees rest on top of the elbow. You then start to transfer your weight and pick the toes off of the floor. Maybe you're like me and they're just coming an inch or two off the floor for a second or two at a time, okay? So just play around with it. If they're up for a little while and it feels okay, you can work towards straightening the legs. I'm not sure if that's a day that it's going to work for me today or not. So you see if it's a day that's going to work for you or not. Good. So if you were playing around, let's go ahead, come back to the revolved chair. Let's sweep up, lift, hands to the heart. Do you need an exhale breath like I do? Let's separate the feet a little bit. We'll get the other side in just a moment. We'll open up the chest expansion here, standing back bend as it feels good for you. And then we'll go ahead and take that chest expansion down into a forward fold. Good. Let's release the arms, drape down now into a full fold. And then let's climb up the legs and play around with the other side, okay? Maybe you have a block and you want to keep it close by. Let's sweep up, inhale. We're going to take that revolved chair, Parivrtta Utkatasana, to the other side. So maybe you're staying up higher and you're holding this today. Maybe you're going down deeper, elbow to outside of knee, and holding this today. Maybe you're feeling strong and confident today and you want to just play around. So you spread your hands, you bring the hands down, you make a little tent there or a place for your knees to rest, and then you try to move your eye gaze forward and pick your toes up. Maybe there's a block close by and you want to put your feet on the block. So you can just kind of play around with it. If you're a little sweaty like me, you might be a little slippery. That's okay. We're just playing. We're just having fun, exploring a new option today. When you're done playing, come back by way of the revolved chair. Lift up and relax. Good job. Let's take another chest expansion here, hint of a back bend, and then we'll dive in, keeping the chest expansion, if that feels okay for you today. Good. Let's release the arms, drape them down. And then we're going to go ahead and come on down to the ground. We're going to take just one incline table or incline plank. You can choose. Incline plank is a little bit more challenging. So you could straighten the legs if you'd like to. You could always do a little bit of both. Have one leg straight, one leg bent, two legs bent. Lots of options. Because you also have the option to just lift the heart and feel already just in doing that how your arms are working hard. If it works to also lift the hips for a few breaths, you can. Remember, if you want to bring one leg in to give you a little help, you could do that. Good, let's lower down. We're going to bend the knees in. We're going to take boat pose, but today we're going to go hand to big toe as an option. So peace, reach for the big toes, okay? Open up the legs a little bit. And this may be enough today just to lift the heart and to lean back a little bit. If it works to pick up your feet, you can. And then maybe also straighten the legs. Good. We'll release that. Let's bring the big toes and the soles of the feet together and just lean and drape forward for a moment or two. Let's take a gentle twist here. Take it across, one arm back, and then we'll just switch. Good. We're going to turn back to the center, lower down, and lift the legs. Just a gentle inversion here. Legs are lifted, knees could be bent. Can you start to relax? This does require some effort, engagement through the belly and the core. But can you relax up top? That's where we're heading next, into a restful spot. So feel these last few moments of strength and stretch as we invert our body. And take the load off of the legs for a bit. Good. Then when you're ready, you can drop the feet, bend the knees. And then just settle into a spot that feels restful, comfortable, inviting. Find your exhale breath. Notice how hard you worked today. Give yourself a little personal pep talk. Say thank you. Thank you for joining me and being part of this whole series and continuing to show up. I'll see you soon. Namaste.